happen on Jeffy's 20th birthday. August is near, which also means that Jeffy's 20th birthday is near, which is crazy to think that Jeffy is gonna be 20. Now, we all have our own opinions on Jeffy, but the one thing that we can all agree on is that he made SML super huge.
Hey, you wanna see my pencil?
Who are you? What are you doing here?
My name is Jeffy. See, it says it on my shirt. Jeffy.
And so every one of his birthdays seems to be a huge SML movie. So let's figure out what's actually gonna happen. Well, since Jeffy's 18th and 19th birthday videos were well received, I think there's definitely a high chance that Logan is gonna make Jeffy's 20th birthday more expensive. But at the same time, it's also very unlikely because Logan did get hurt while filming Jeffy's Fast and Furious. And I don't really see Logan making that big of a video for Jeffy's 20th birthday due to how dangerous it could be and injure Logan even more. So let's make two speculations. Either Logan is making Jeffy's 20th birthday a high budget video and he's doing it anyway, or he's gonna make it like a normal video because of his injury. This way we can know what to expect based on which direction Logan takes. But before I continue, I would like to give Decree Hair a shout out for this idea. If you have any ideas you'd like to see me make a video on, leave a comment down below and hopefully I'll use it. So first, let's go over Jeffy's birthday if Logan is making it a high budget video. Well, in both Jeffy's 18th and 19th birthdays, there was a chase scene with Screwball and Nancy because they wanted a cash reward for kidnapping people and offering to return them for a large sum of money.
Guys, that's my dad! He's gonna save us!
But you should ram him!
What, ram him?
Ram him!
Okay, I'm gonna ram him!
So SML will most likely include some sort of police chase or action scenes with weapons, explosions, or other high budget things. However, if there are going to be explosions or a high speed chase, who is going to be the main antagonist for this video? We know that there's usually going to be an antagonist for there to be justification for a high budget video, but who could it be? Well, there are a few characters who it could be, and the most likely, sadly, would be Nancy. She's already come back once, and there have been multiple times where characters were presumed dead but came back to life. For example, there are many times where Simmons is presumed dead.
Simmons, please don't die! I need you! You're my partner! Oh look, here comes the doctor! Doctor, please tell me, is he gonna make it? Hey there, there's no easy way to say this, but he's not gonna make it.
But according to Brooklyn Guy, an SML movie Jeffy plays GTA 6, characters who die do come back unless it's a big deal like Nancy, but he also said that she might still come back.
I do think he perished in the car explosion, but I don't think that's canon. I think that might just be for this video, because like usually when people die in videos, they do return, unless it's like a really big deal, like Jeffy's mom in the SML movie for his 18th birthday, and even that's like kind of iffy, like she might come back. I mean,
which did end up happening. As in SML movie Jeffy's 19th birthday, she had Screwball follow a trail that took him to a shed where she was, and she said that she was shot in the head, but is hard-headed and didn't die. However, that makes sense. But she definitely should have died with the van exploding. But she also said that she was able to escape before it exploded, and I'm assuming that she went into hiding ever since, so that nobody had a clue that she was alive, and so only before Jeffy's 19th birthday, that's when she led a little paper trail for Screwball to follow. But then she died once again in Jeffy's 19th birthday, and we're assuming that this is the end of Nancy and SML. But the last time she was supposedly dead, she came back 1 year later on the exact same day, so I wouldn't be surprised if she came back with a whole new plan, even more devious than before. Perhaps instead of looking for money or fortune, this time she could just come back for straight up revenge. In her most recent appearance in Jeffy's Mother's Day, she did exactly that, and she kidnapped Jeffy with intentions to kill him, and it did turn out just to be a dream.
Oh, Jeffy, wake up! Wake up, Jeffy!
wake up, Jeffy, wake up! Wake up!
Oh, what's going on?
But I could see her returning for one final time, at least so she can have a final appearance that'll give her a better ending than just how it ended in Jeffy's 19th birthday. Or maybe even in this final appearance, she could see a redemption arc where she realizes the errors of her ways and seeks forgiveness from Jeffy and the others, which would provide an end for her character, but also add a layer of complexity to her story, making her more than just a mindless villain in Jeffy's life. We could also expect to see Screwball make a reappearance for Jeffy's 20th birthday, and since Screwball was supposed to wait in the cop car at the end of Jeffy's 19th birthday, but ran away because the cop car was exploded, Brooklyn Guy then mentioned that this could all very well happen again, which is possibly hinting at the plot of Jeffy's 20th birthday.
We don't have a car, mate. It blew up in the explosion.
Wait, if we don't have a car, then how is the clown waiting in the car?
I don't know. I Ubered here.
Is the Uber still outside?
No.
Oh, he ran away. Yeah, the clown definitely ran away. This could very well happen again.
And if we see Nancy again, it would also be cool to see Does Bad Things Guy come back. I've seen a lot of people in the SML community want Does Bad Things Guy to come back for Jeffy's 20th birthday and be one of the main antagonists. And since I feel like both of them would try to seek revenge and try to go after Brooklyn Guy and Jeffy for what they did to them, we could see Brooklyn Guy and Jeffy team up and see Does Bad Things Guy and Nancy battle them. And we could have a scene where Does Bad Things Guy fights with Brooklyn Guy, and in that same scene it could be Nancy fighting Jeffy. Or what could happen is that we could have a redemption arc for Does Bad Things Guy but not for Nancy, and Does Bad Things Guy and Brooklyn Guy's fight ends, and then Does Bad Things Guy turns on Nancy and tries to help Brooklyn Guy and Jeffy. And this kind of depth of character where we can see their true personality have conflictions inside of itself is what makes videos really good. If you remember in SML movie Jeffy's Parents, which I'm pretty sure is still the most popular video from SML of all time, as it had like 90 million views before it was deleted. If you remember in the video, what made it truly memorable was the display of genuine emotions and depth for the first time in a long time. So imagine getting that again on Jeffy's 20th birthday, where Brooklyn Guy and Does Bad Things Guy fight, and then they come to talk about their differences, and Brooklyn Guy forgives Does Bad Things Guy for what happened. And although it would be interesting to see Does Bad Things Guy make a return, I would say it's unlikely that he does, as his last appearance was in 2017 in The Secret Door, but who knows, maybe he's alive and secretly he was the one who was Dr. Me, who was one of Brooklyn Guy's many brothers. Or instead of seeing Does Bad Things Guy make a return, we could actually see Mr. Winkle be one of the villains for Jeffy's 20th birthday. If you remember one of his appearances in SML movie Cody Goes to Kindergarten Part 5, he lured Alex away from the rest of the class.
Wait, I'm on the rubber ducky. That's a really good duck impression, Alex.
Hey there. Hey, little kid. You want some Sour Patch Kids?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, I got a whole bunch of them in my van. Come on.
Okay.
And you would expect Mr. Winkle to appear in the next episode of Cody Goes to Kindergarten, but that wasn't the case. And now that Cody Goes to Kindergarten ended, who knows if we're ever gonna get an explanation as to what happened to Alex after he was kidnapped. And with Mr. Winkle appearing in the most recent video, we can expect that maybe something's gonna happen where Mr. Winkle tries to kidnap Jeffy by teaming up with Nancy, or even just with Screwball. And maybe we could even get an explanation as to what happened to Alex during this time. Maybe during Jeffy's 20th birthday, Alex will come out running and he'll save Jeffy because maybe Mr. Winkle forgot to tie him up or something along those lines. And assuming that Screwball is gonna appear in Jeffy's 20th birthday, I don't really see why Mr. Winkle can't also make a return in this video, with intentions of kidnapping more kids, especially if the plot of Jeffy's 20th birthday is similar to the last two. And so I can see both Mr. Winkle and Screwball acting as so-called child protection services, wearing costumes and pretending so that they can kidnap multiple kids without seeming suspicious. And if they are successful, I can see them taking the kids to Nancy, where she'll probably find a way to profit off of it. But before she can do anything, Brooklyn Guy and Simmons appear to help, which will probably lead to some kind of gunfight or chase scene, and Brooklyn Guy and Simmons will end up either arresting all three of them, or those three will die in the gunfight, or maybe it'll even be a mix where Mr. Winkle gets arrested, Nancy gets shot, and then Screwball escapes. However, I think if SML is gonna bring back Nancy, they've gotta do something different. She's gotta come back as Zombie Nancy, at least, and hopefully they'll give her a redemption arc. And afterwards, she'll either appear more often and try to change her ways, maybe even trying to be a good mom to Jeffy, or she'll just never appear again and it'll be a happy ending. And I honestly do hope that Jeffy and his mom's relationship could improve, because for years, Nancy has appeared to be a deadbeat mom who cared more about money than her own son. However, there might be some good in her heart, as there's good in every human heart, no matter what. And there could be a scene where Nancy remembers the day that both Jeffy and Feebee were born, and then that could cause some kind of change in her. And if you think about it, this is exactly what happened to Marvin at some point, because in the earlier days of SML, he seemed to hate Jeffy because of all the bad times that Jeffy got Mario in trouble because of his actions, and also he was annoying Mario a lot, seemingly on purpose. But in SML movie Jeffy's Parents, we saw a side of Mario we had never seen before. He did send Jeffy back with his biological mom, but he cared enough about him to hide him in his house when he ran away from Nancy.
Hold on, Daddy.
All right, Jeffy. I'll let you in for a few minutes until your mom comes back.
Really, Daddy?
Yeah, just only for like 5 minutes till your mom comes back.
Awesome.
All right, Jeffy. You're gonna sit right there until your mom comes and gets you.
You found my cat piano, Daddy?
Yeah.
I thought you ate it.
Well, I did, but I threw it up because it was gross.
Were you playing my cat piano, Daddy?
And if you remember in SML movie Locked Out, Jeffy locked Mario out of the house and didn't let him back in, which led to Mario even getting arrested. And when Mario had the opportunity to take revenge and do the exact same thing back to Jeffy, Mario instead let him in the house, saying that it was only until Nancy came back, but he ended up adopting him in the end of the video.
I cannot understand a word you're saying.
I guess I'll adopt him.
Which was before he even knew that Jeffy was getting millions of dollars that his father, Jacques-Pierre Francois, left for him before he died. So if Mario was able to have a change of heart towards Jeffy, who's to say that Nancy can't also have a change of heart and apologize to Jeffy for the pain that she's caused him for years? This would not only give Nancy a better ending, but it would also give the perfect end to Jeffy's birthday videos being dramatic, likely turning them back into regular birthday videos moving forward. And speaking of regular birthday videos, now let's look at how Jeffy's 20th birthday would be if it was just a regular video. And I do want to say before going in, it's possible that the ideas that I'm going to say for the normal video will be in a high budget video. This is just what I'm saying that could be in the low budget video. And the character that I can also see coming back for Jeffy's 20th birthday is Jacques-Pierre Francois. And the reason I think that he could make an appearance at Jeffy's next birthday is that in the past two Jeffy birthday videos, Jeffy's mom has been the main antagonist. However, this time, instead of Nancy being the main antagonist, we could see Jeffy's father becoming one, or at least playing a significant part in the plot. And what I mean by significant part in the plot is that he could come back for Jeffy's birthday to show him love, just for him to show his real intentions of taking Jeffy. Perhaps he would use his fame and wealth to convince Jeffy to leave with him instead of staying with Marvin, and Jeffy has shown a passion for drawing, as he's been seen drawing very well. So maybe he would accept the offer to go with him, possibly to learn about more art, or it could be that Jeffy just wants to go with his biological father. However, this would force Jeffy to decide whether he wants to live with his biological father or stay with Marvin. So who would Jeffy pick? We know that Jeffy will most likely continue to live with Marvin, not only for the sake of the channel, but because Marvin was the one who cared about Jeffy and took him in when nobody else did. But if Jacques were to appear in Jeffy's 20th birthday, why would he suddenly want to see Jeffy? Because he hasn't really shown interest in Jeffy before, so why would he out of the blue come on his 20th birthday? Well, maybe instead of only seeing Nancy appear on Jeffy's 20th birthday, we could see both Nancy and Jacques team up together. I have theorized that they might have been involved with the murder of their daughter Feebee. Although all signs do point to Woody, it's possible that they were also involved with hiring Woody to do it. And if this is the case, maybe they'll settle their differences so that they could also take revenge on Jeffy. However, I don't really think Jacques would have a reason as to why he should help Nancy, but maybe after Jeffy beat his team and Jeffy plays soccer,
We won! We lost? I'm selling the team! Guys, we did it!
Yay, we won!
Jeffy, you did it!
No, we did it!
Yeah!
he would help Nancy to show Jeffy a lesson. But with Nancy going all out for her revenge, it's possible that Jacques could turn on Nancy and end up giving her her final death. Hopefully, I really hope that if Nancy does return, If they bring her back for Jeffy's 21st birthday, I'm gonna be mad. But here's another thing. Nancy might need Jacques to be part of this stunt because she might need a lot of money, and we do know that Jacques is very rich from selling his paintings. And she has been seen with weapons before, and I doubt that she obtained them by buying them, so maybe for this time she would need Jacques' help. However, since she failed not only once but twice, this time he might appear to have more involvement in the plan. But here's another thing. Feebee could also return.
Hello?
Hey, I'm Feebee. Buzz, buzz.
No, Feebee, no buzz, get out of here.
You wanna see my crayon?
And I'm not saying this as if it's logical, but I'm just saying this because SML does like to bring back characters that should be dead. And although her puppet is ruined as seen in the newest Puppet Closet tour, it's possible that she'll appear with a different look, possibly as an official SML puppet. And you might be wondering, how would she appear if she's dead? Well, she did die with a hit and run when Jeffy and Feebee were trying to learn how to ride a bike.
Okay.
Whee! Whee!
Alright, Feebee, I'm gonna let go now, okay?
Okay, go, go, go!
Feebee, no, stop! Feebee! Feebee, are you okay? Feebee? Wake up, Feebee! Talk to me!
But we've only seen her in Jeffy's dreams and never seen her interact with Mario and Rosalina. For Jeffy's 20th birthday, Jeffy could have a nightmare of Feebee and wish that Feebee came back to life, which would then cause Feebee to appear physically for the very first time. And we have seen this before in SML movie Jeffy's Birthday Wish, because in Jeffy's 13th birthday, the whole premise of the video was that Jeffy wishes that his birthday lasts forever. However, when he wished that, the solar eclipse was happening on the same day. So by Jeffy saying that he wished his birthday to last forever, the solar eclipse didn't move and blocked the sun, causing the world to go into a panic state.
The solar eclipse is happening right now! Jeffy, hurry and make a wish!
I wish today would last forever.
Yay, Jeffy, you made your wish! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
And Brooklyn Guy tried many things to move the moon, but none of them worked. And although it seems like they're doomed, Mario realizes that it was Jeffy's wish that caused the solar eclipse not to move. But Rosalina suggests finding someone else with a birthday to use their wish, but Mario and Brooklyn Guy ignore her just for Brooklyn Guy to say the exact same thing, which makes no sense. But then they find the homeless guy who has the same birthday as Jeffy, but he ended up just wishing for beer. But in that same video, we find out that Brooklyn Guy has the same birthday as Jeffy, and he wishes for everything to go back to normal.
I wish everything was back to normal.
So Jeffy could do the same thing for his 20th birthday, but in this instance he could wish for Feebee to come back to life, since he did seem to care a lot about his sister when she was alive, and he would be overjoyed to see her again. But I could imagine there would be a scene where Marvin would freak out, especially if he would have to take care of 2 kids moving forward. But it would make sense that Jeffy thinks about his sister on his birthday, since they are twins and they would have the same exact birthday if they weren't born around midnight. And so if he wishes that, it might not end up with a happy ending. There could be a scene where Feebee switches clothes with Jeffy just for Nancy to come back to get revenge on Jeffy, just for her to find out it was Feebee. And if Feebee was really back, it's possible that Nancy would kill her again because she thought it was Jeffy. But if she realized that Feebee wasn't Jeffy, it's possible that she would drop her off at someone's front door, just like she did with Jeffy at Mario's house.
I love that dream. Wait, who's at the door? Oh, they ruined my dream. Hello?
Hey, you want to see my pencil?
What, who are you? What are you doing here?
My name is Jeffy.
But if she does come back, I could see this being the end of Feebee. But what I'm really hoping for is that Feebee actually could stay, but maybe she'll stay at another person's house, like she'll be Penelope's sister and stay with Brooklyn Guy, and then they could both celebrate birthdays together, and Jeffy's 21st birthday could be him spending the day with Feebee. And who knows, maybe when Jeffy turns 21, Jeffy will finally start growing up and say goodbye to his old life and be ready to enter a new stage of life and become his own man. But we'll really just have to wait and see what happens on Jeffy's 20th birthday to know. Then we might have a better idea of what could happen on Jeffy's 21st birthday. But let me know down in the comments what you think is gonna happen on Jeffy's 20th birthday. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and click on this video here.